Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is Austin Brand, the AI evangelist here at Integrail. We started off with a video going over the broader landscape of Agentic AI in marketing. Then we had a live stream with one of our clients, Anasaea, going over what their real-world examples of how they use our Agentic AI systems to help them in their marketing efforts. Then we peeked behind the scenes a little bit where I showed you a demo of some real-world examples of how you can build an AI worker for your marketing team or your marketing agency. So now today's video is going to be about how you can take all this information that we've been giving you so far and how you can start to integrate it into your actual workflow. But before we go on, make sure to hit that subscribe button to make sure that you're staying up to date with all the work we're doing here at Integrail and all things Agentic AI. So first things first, why even bother with Agentic AI? Well, if you were watching our Anasaea live stream, you saw Mark, the CEO, talking about how he was having trouble scaling his content creation as well as his SEO descriptions for his tens of thousands of pieces of artwork. A task that felt like an endless grind. And for those of you that are in marketing, you know exactly what he's talking about. Well, Agentic AI, or these AI workers that we built for them, they stepped in not just as a tool, but as a scalable part of their team. They tripled their Google indexed pages in just 2 months. And they automated the creation of thousands of unique pieces of content. Podcasts, videos, social posts, all without needing a massive budget increase or hiring dozens of people. As Mark put it, it allowed them to achieve something that wouldn't have been possible otherwise. That's the core benefit of leveraging Agentic AI. Leveraging AI workers allows your team to multiply its output, handle complex or repetitive tasks efficiently, and ultimately free up valuable human time for strategy, creativity, and those uniquely human touches that AI cannot replicate. So if you watched my first video on Agentic AI marketing, Neil Patel said, the winning combination is AI and human workers together. Okay, but how does this actually happen? Well, let's break it down step by step. So step 1, identify the right tasks. If you remember in our first video, we talked about starting small and scaling strategically. This is crucial. Don't try to automate your entire marketing department overnight. Look for the bottlenecks, the repetitive tasks, the things that consume your time, but maybe aren't the most engaging for your team. So here are some of those examples that you can think about. Market research, like the company profiler agent I showed. Drafting content. So for example, after this, I could actually take this transcription and give it to an agent to then turn into a blog post, social media posts, and emails to go out in marketing. SEO descriptions for your website, like Anasaea did for their thousands of pieces of artwork. But of course, that can be extrapolated into almost any area, not just art. Data analysis and reporting. You can have an agent summarize all the performance data from your campaign. So start with 1 or 2 well-defined small tasks that are routine, and you can then iterate on from there. See what works, and then just keep building. So then we have part 2 here, which is going to be finding the actual Agentic AI platform for you and for your company to use. If you're keeping up to date with anything in the AI space, you've seen that OpenAI came out with their agentic work. You've seen that Google has come out with their Agentic AI framework. And there's a plethora of other companies that are also working on Agentic AI workflows. But you need to find the correct one that is right for you and your business. So the great thing about Integrail's AI Studio is its customization and its ease of use. As I've shown in the demos and many other videos, it's just a normal drag and drop system that you can use to actually put together and build an AI agent or an AI worker, which is basically a multi-agent system. Oftentimes, a lot of the systems like OpenAI or Google or Anthropic, any of these big companies, obviously they're going to stay biased towards their product. So one thing that I really enjoy about Integrail's AI Studio is the fact that you can customize it to whatever LLM you want as well. Well, in our AI Studio, I can have one node be a ChatGPT node. I can have another node be a Gemini node. I can have another node be a Claude node. And you can just continuously iterate and move things around based off of, well, I know that Google Gemini is really good at coding, and I know Claude is really good at writing, and I know ChatGPT is very personable. So I can just decide to choose and move things around however I need. And of course, when it comes to actually building any of these agents, there's always going to be a cost associated everywhere. And you can choose a model based off of that cost. And it's very intuitive. And plus, you have me to help you build things. So you as a business owner or even you as an employee, you can appreciate things where you can take it in a non-technical way and define it by its budget and change things around for how you actually want the job to be done. So figure out what system and which agent builder actually works best for you. And step number 3 is going to be connecting the actual data and knowledge to these agentic systems because content and data is king. AI systems, and especially AI workers, need good content and good data to learn from and actually effectively do the work that you're looking for it to do. Like in some cases, it's going to be task-specific data. So for Anasaea specifically, what they would do is they would take a piece of artwork as well as information found by the actual artists themselves or information about the artist online, and it would take this information to ingest it to create SEO-optimized descriptions as well as content that can be built upon that. So it was very task-optimized. But one thing you actually heard me mention earlier was the importance of being able to hook up to your company's data and information. For the system to actually learn from and know everything about you and your systems, your company, whatever it may be, to keep the context throughout all the things that the agent is working on. And that's what we call RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. I'm sure you've heard all about it. But a better real-life example is like you connecting your brand guidelines or your policies for work, maybe some product information, past sales, things like that. And this ensures that the AI's output is actually going to stay consistent to your brand, and it helps it not hallucinate, aka making things up. Step number 4, define the workflow. And this is where on our system that I've shown you, you can map out what you want this actual workflow to look like. Most of the time when we're working with other humans, there's a real workflow that's happening that you know when X happens, then Y happens. Is it going to be an email from your boss? Is it going to be putting in an image like maybe Anasaea does? Is it doing research and then based off that research, building something off of it? You're in control of deciding what you want to be that trigger. And then you need to decide what steps that you want it to follow to actually complete the workflow. Am I going to add another LLM over here? Or am I going to add a text to image over there? Am I going to connect to my Gmail account? This is where having that customization comes in handy, and it makes it very nice for you and your business, because that's where you're in control of creating this workflow, not some company behind the scenes saying you have to follow these steps. And then of course, what is your desired output? Do you want it to be in a CSV file? Do you want an image? Do you want a text to speech? Do you want emails? You choose. So with all of this, think of it like giving instructions to a new team member that you have at your business or on your team. So if you're going to teach me how to do something, well, at the same time, you have to teach that agent how to do something as well. But of course, much faster, and it usually will understand right away, not weeks of onboarding and weeks of training. And step number 5 is test, refine, and repeat. Mark stressed this, Neil Patel stressed this, Sam Altman stresses this, everyone stresses this, including myself. It's all about iteration. Maybe try different prompts in your LLM. Try a different LLM. Try a different tool that you're connecting it to. You might find, and you often will find, that maybe a certain system prompt wasn't perfect and it didn't actually do anything for you. Like in my last demo video, I forgot to tell it that I wanted it to be an email. So when it gave an output, it just had a general text output. And that's okay, because guess what I did? I went right back into my system prompt and just added, oh, this is for an email. Sometimes people think of these AIs, and especially Agentic AI, as it's immediately going to do everything for you, which is not the case. And which is also why it's good that AI is not immediately going to be taking your job. And you should be thankful for that. We've heard this over and over again. Don't just blindly trust AI. Well, when it comes to Agentic AI workflows, guess what that is? That is a large system of AIs. So you cannot blindly trust any of them. You need to check the work and actually monitor what work it's doing in the first place to get the correct output. And based off those results, like I even gave an example of, maybe you need to change the system prompt, change the node, try the different workflow. It's all about iterating and continuously building off of. There's been so many different times where I've built an agent, run it, okay, it works fine. Just keep adding on to it and keep building upon that until it becomes a very robust and better agent. And step number 6 is make sure to keep humans in the loop. And I know we're always saying this, but we have to keep reiterating in this space because people probably just don't trust it. It's all about humans plus AI. I am a huge proponent. This is not about replacing humans altogether. It's about augmenting humans' ability to do more work, better work, more efficient work, whatever you want to call it. Humans need to review what's going in and coming out as an output for these actual agentic systems, or just AI in general. I mean, let AI handle the heavy lifting or the repetitive tasks, but you still have to be an expert, or at least someone that understands what you want the AI to do in the first place. Maybe the creative tasks that you really enjoy. You don't have to automate that if you really enjoy it. And a lot of the more nuanced pieces of your work are going to require you to actually do it. So this is where I always say, AI will get you maybe 85, 90, sometimes 95 to 99% of the way there, but it still requires you to put in some of the effort. In marketing, it's all about storytelling. You think Nike would have had the massive growth if there was not Michael Jordan behind it to kind of give it the soul to the campaigns? Probably not. And this all goes back to the idea of ethical AI or responsible AI. We've seen the idea of maybe these AI systems taking artwork from people or taking sounds from people and training on it when they weren't supposed to. Although it creates funny memes and allows you to kind of interact with AI in a very unique way, you want to make sure you're respecting the privacy of, in some cases, your clients, maybe yourself, your family, to maintain that customer trust. And step number 7 is to gradually scale up or gradually or increase your usage of Agentic AI. Once you've successfully automated a few different tasks, I will tell you from my experience is you will want to keep doing it. You'll figure out a better way to actually build something. You'll think of something else. Oh, wait, maybe I can automate this. And that's when you can start scaling up. But you have to start small or else you won't even know what you're asking for. You have to test out first. Can my AI in the first place handle 40,000 pieces of artwork to then do all this SEO and content creation for? In Anasaea's case, they found yes. Can I have it help me make these videos and actually help my content creation at scale? I have found yes. But I had to start small and then scale up gradually. But then maybe you'll find eventually, like I have, that you can create these multi-agent systems where I create an SEO agent over here, content creation over here, and then maybe an email optimization over here. And then you can start to all connect them so they're one giant agent, which is what we always call AI workers, when they create and do actual real world work for you. And this is where I want to be as honest with people as possible. It is not always going to be the easiest and the smoothest experience when building an agentic workflow. Because like life, things change. New models come out. New experiences come out. You want to try new things. It can't be easy all the time. And there can be a learning curve, and same with Integrail system here. It does take you actually getting into the platform and trying it in the first place before you'll understand. Maybe watch a few of my videos, a few of my demos, but then as you start building and as you start understanding more and more and more, you realize, oh, I have experience in this now. These tools are becoming more and more accessible to more and more people, and the potential is huge. And the key is to start right now. Most corporations or most jobs, if you work at a big company, are already 3 years behind. They're just now getting to the point. I get texts all the time saying, hey, Austin, guess what? We have a chatbot now at our work. Okay, guess what? That came out 3 years ago now. It is of crucial importance to stay up to date on what is happening with AI. Like think about when the cell phone came out or email came out. There are certain people that refused to actually learn them at first, but eventually they had to, and they were years behind. So start identifying those routine, maybe low complexity tasks that you can start automating, and you can just try building it right off the bat. And you will learn personally how these AI workers and these AI agents will become your best friend at work in a way that you could like, wow, I can't even imagine doing work without this now. So what's the first task that you're going to actually do right after this to start building an agent for? Is it going to be for content creation? Is it going to be helping you just read emails over and over again? Is it going to help you write these emails? Is it going to be something more complex like actually creating content for you or helping your company's marketing campaign as a whole? Let me know in the comments below because that'll actually help me figure out, okay, maybe I should make a demo on this in the future. And if you found this video and videos like this helpful, subscribe to this channel and of course, leave a like below. And of course, I will say, if you're interested in learning how to build these systems, actually get into our AI platform, which you can find at Integrail.ai. You can join our Discord server where you can literally talk to me and I can help you build things or even answer some questions if you're having some problems. So I want to thank you for watching today and being a part of this greater agentic AI revolution. Keep experimenting, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next video.